Hello everyone, Alistair Gold here. Yes, that was fun, wasn't it? It really was. Praise the Lord, because that was absolutely fantastic. The atmosphere was incredible. The football was superb at times as well. And it's just the beginning. That's the most exciting part about it. Only 2 games in, the Postecoglou way has not been ingrained yet. Even it's probably only about 30%, 25% ingrained into these players of what they got to do. And Postecoglou always says it's not about them feeling they have to do it because he's told them to. It's about them feeling instinctively where to move, what to do, how to pass it. If we're getting that in the first home game, thank goodness. When he was out on the pitch at the end, Postecoglou, he went into the centre circle and just had this little moment where he looked around. And I half expected him to have Paul Coyte's microphone and just kind of go, gladiator style, "Are you not entertained?" just to the crowd. And I think everyone, just to a man, woman, child, would have said, yes, thank goodness, yes, finally, after years of, look, I don't want to dismiss the entire last, 4 or 5 years or so as saying that none of it was entertaining. Of course it was. But let's be honest, it was starting to get a weekly grind of matches. We knew what was coming. We knew what kind of football Spurs were going to play. And now I kind of feel like we know what kind of football Spurs are going to play. And that's a good thing because you can tell I'm absolutely energised by it. And I'm sure most people were absolutely buzzing well into the night last night. I had to write. I was doing writing to the early hours, a really, really long shift late last night writing about it. Do you know what? I didn't care one bit. The amount of times I had to write my talking points and things I do after a game previously when the football was dreadful and it was such a chore. It was a joy to be able to write about everything that happened yesterday as well, particularly second half. And I think everyone played a part. I think Postecoglou played a part, the team played a part, the fans played a part. They were magnificent, the fans, yesterday. That was the best atmosphere I think we've had at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium since, I reckon, North London Derby a couple of years back. Conte's kind of the end of his first. Conte didn't even have a full season in charge, didn't he? I was trying to work out a way to say that. The end of his first season at the club. I've probably said this a number of times when Spurs were doing their managerial search. It was very much a case of I just wanted to. I think I personally wanted a manager who just appreciated the fact that they were at Tottenham Hotspur and felt privileged to be at Tottenham Hotspur. And so for him, after his first home game, to say that he feels blessed leading a fantastic football club, it's just music to my ears. It's what we all want to hear. We don't want to kind of hear that Tottenham Hotspur are these kind of cast-offs, that, these kind of... Conte was impressed by his energy and his technique, but mainly after the World Cup. He returned a little bit early, Pape Matar, from the World Cup and worked really hard. And that kind of led to him getting that performance against, that start against AC Milan alongside Ola Skip when they had some injury and suspension issues. And it was just so weird. He was fantastic that night, Sarr. Played 90 minutes, was dominant. And then just seemed to vanish from Conte's thinking. I don't know whether Conte just reverted to the safe, as maybe is something that he would do. But he just kind of got the odd minute here and there towards the end of the season. And it was very strange because, well, yesterday showed you exactly why it was very strange. And I think the fact that Conte likes to play it safe, you've got someone in Postecoglou who wants anything but the safe route, the safe option. That is not what he did. He does. I mean, even my predicted team, I think I am going to adjust my mindset as well because, I keep going in my predicted team for maybe more experienced options in certain places. And it's just not how his thinking is. He's very much of the idea of, doesn't matter how young you are, if you're ready, you play. And he's been proved right in the first 2 games as well with some of his decisions over the young players. And he just wanted to see how Sarr did in a big match. And he didn't disappoint. He had 5 shots on goal, 2 on target, 1 key pass from his 36 passes with an 86.1% accuracy. made 2 crunching tackles, which were brilliant. Both of them were so well timed and really raised the crowd even more. He won 1 aerial duel, and he had that 1 low cross that deflected up onto the right-hand post. But most importantly, he scored his first ever goal for Tottenham Hotspur. I don't think I've ever seen a manager taken to as quickly as Spurs fans have with Pochettino. I genuinely trying to think. I think everyone... Conte had a strong start, but I don't know if they took to him quite to this degree of almost like adoration straight away. Like you said, it's quite early. It really is, with not too much of a sample size, but hey, it's just nice for everyone to be happy together for a change. We've had a lot of unhappiness at Tottenham Hotspur. I think he's done well so far, and he loves Postecoglou again. He calls him the trainer. His quotes after games of Spurs play: "I love this style of football, to be honest. I love to play with the ball because the trainer gives us the trust to play with the ball. It's not that when we have the ball, the trainer is screaming from the side to play it long. Every time we have the ball, you can hear him saying, keep calm, just keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. And with the high line with Kuti, with me, with Pedro and Destiny, we know the time to go back because we trained for this the whole week. Of course, we take some risks, but what is football without risks?" Oh, Postecoglou must have heard that phrase and just gone, my man, that's exactly why I've brought you in. What is football without risks? Absolutely. We've been just treated to such risk-free football in recent seasons. And yeah, this is the anti-risk-free football, if you see what I mean. I do think the fact that the Postecoglou first season will have no European football, despite the fact that I would love European football, I think it kind of lends itself very helpfully to him to have these full weeks of drilling his methods into the players. He's going to have full weeks most weeks for the weekend game. And, I think a lot of the pundits have kind of underestimated them, and that's what Postecoglou loves. He's been a gem that very much has been pushed towards him, you feel, by CAA base, the very powerful agency who kind of have such a strong presence at Spurs now. They've got Postecoglou, they've got Son, Maddison, Richarlison, Porro. They signed up Pat Matassar last month as well. And not even that, you look at the academy, they represent some of the brightest talents in the academy. They've got Dane Scarlett, Alfie Devine, Jamie Donnelly, George Abbott, Iago Santiago, among others as well. And like I say, Levy's always kind of placed a lot of trust in base. They've always been quite close to Spurs. And let's be honest, it's a relationship that has borne fruit with Postecoglou. If Postecoglou is the best thing, I think Sonny would probably be seen as the best thing that's come out of that relationship so far. Although, to be fair, he wasn't with base. He signed with them a couple of years ago, I think. So, yeah, you could argue Postecoglou is the best thing that's come from base to Tottenham, maybe. But who knows? Maddison could end up being a superstar as well. Like I say, so you've got the base angle, and you've got players like maybe Eze at Palace, that obviously is another base player. Could that be easier because of them? I think Palace would have a big thing to say about that.